Today on the show, we wrap up our Moto Madness series with a very special Yamaha Superbike. We play the newlywed game with the Zokes, and I go to NASCAR. Well, welcome to the Auto 123 show. I'm Donna Mailing Park, and holy, it's September already. But don't let that get you down, because we have an extra dose of motorcycle-oriented content to help you savor those last few days of Indian summer, whether you're a rider or not. So to kickstart this week's show, let's wrap up our Moto Madness series with a look at a world champion superbike, the Yamaha YZF-R1.
You don't run across a $250,000 motorcycle too often, and we have one here. We have the 2009 Yamaha R1 that won the World Superbike Championships with Ben Spies aboard. He was a rookie and he beat everybody else, so this is a pretty special bike. I want to go around it because my head is spinning from the amount of technology that we can see on this bike. It's fantastic. Let's just have a look at this stuff. First of all, naturally it's got a slick and it's got carbon fiber everywhere. It's got this nice big disc, but mostly it has a sensor here that senses suspension travel. Now it senses the position but also the acceleration, so that when you hit a bump and the suspension compresses quickly, it doesn't react the same way as when you're going into a corner and you go slowly. Another thing that is nice to see is these little ramps here. There's one on this side and it's kind of angled, and one on the other side. And that's so when they can change wheels, they do it very easily. They can just unscrew here, take the wheel out, ram the other wheel straight in, and the little ramps center the wheel so that the discs engage with the calipers back here, and you can just put the nuts back in. When you need to change tires quickly, you can do it in about 7 seconds on a bike like this. We saw them at the bottom, we see them at the top. You're looking at $35,000 for a pair of Öhlins adjustable forks at this level, $35,000 US. So this is a fairly serious suspension. Coming back here, we look and we see the display for the Magneti Marelli electronic system. Now, Marelli makes an electronic ECU, a computer, for virtually every bike that runs, almost every brand that runs in World Superbike or in Grand Prix. There's all kinds of adjustments, but there's also a lot of data collection, so that while they're racing, they're actually collecting information about throttle position, braking effort, suspension in the front, suspension in the back, exhaust gas temperatures, and they use that to manage the electronics, the ignition, and the fuel injection system, and of course the butterflies to open the throttles. This is the mechanism that senses that you move the lever up or down and actually cuts the ignition or blips it when you downshift, so that you can smoothly downshift or upshift without having to work the throttle, either shut it on upshifts or blip it on downshifts. And this is the adjustment. You twist this and you can adjust the brake lever in and out. So you start out with new pads, and as the pads wear out and the brake lever comes in, you can adjust it to get it back where you want. That's what a $250,000 bike looks like. Once you've done that, once you put all that hardware on it, you go and spend thousands testing and developing, and you do that every weekend, and you win world championships.